Hello, welcome to Christiana Pranayama. Today's class is a 20-minute bedtime routine to help you release the day and prepare yourself for a luxurious night's sleep ahead. Grab a nice hot bedtime tea, click the thumbs up button, get your mat out, and let's get ready to relax. We're going to start off in a comfortable seated position, cross-legged if you can. If that's not comfortable for you, hero's pose is fine, which is just your regular kneeling pose, sitting on your ankles, on your heels, splayed outward if you can, big toes touching. Go ahead and close down the eyes and begin to tap into the breath, tap into the body, breathing cool air through your nostrils, exhaling warm, hot, moist air back out, conditioned by your beautiful body, your beautiful lungs. Inhale nice cool air. Fill up your lungs all the way through your shoulders. Really puff that chest out. Exhale, audible sigh. Great job. 2 more like that. Inhale, cool air through the nose. One more time. Inhale nice and big. Take another sip of air at the top. One more. Hold it. Exhale, sigh. Great. Flutter open the eyes. Go ahead and shake out the wrists just a little bit if you have any lingering tension from the day. You can circle them out, making figure 8s if you'd like, or just regular circles, and then flip the direction. Great, go ahead and inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up at your thumbs. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right, using your hands to help you twist just a little bit deeper. Remember, you're not curving your back here, looking over. You're trying to keep your spine as straight as possible. Very proud here, proud chin, proud crown of the head. Looking behind you with your eyeballs. Really breathe into the left side of the neck. Let it come to center. Just relax. Let the eyes close for a minute. Feel the parts of your body that have been opened up with that gentle exercise. Great. Flutter open the eyes. Inhale, lift your arms up above your head, glancing at your thumbs. Exhale, bring your hands down. We're going to twist to the other side, to the left side, using your hands to help you pivot just a little more. Keeping that spine straight, your chin proud, the crown of your head shining to the ceiling. Looking back behind you with your eyeballs as much as you can, really releasing those muscles, and inhaling into that right side of the neck. One more inhale. Exhale, let it all come back to center. Close down the eyes. Feel the opening in the body that you just created. Wonderful. Flutter open the eyes. We're going to come with our legs in front of us into staff pose. Go ahead and push out those heels. You can pull your sit bones away from each other so you get a little more space. You can either have your hands behind you. If this is too hard, just standing or sitting straight up like this, you can just put your hands behind you and let yourself relax a little more, shaking out the legs. Go ahead and inhale, puff out your chest, look up, trying to push your wrists into the mat if you can. It's okay if they don't push down all the way. Push out with your heels. And then exhale, let it go around the spine, chin to chest. just like you're sleeping, sitting up here. Couple inhales, doesn't have to be big. Great. Now bring your hands back behind you or next to you. Inhale, puff out your chest, look up. Exhale, round it all down, relax everything, let it go. One more inhale, puff out your chest, lift up through the crown of the head, look up with your eyes. Exhale, around the spine, let it all go. Great. Cross your ankles over each other. We're going to roll over your shins and come into a child's pose for about 30 seconds. So you can just crawl your hands forward or go ahead and go straight down into child's pose. But I like to do this because it helps open up the spine a little bit more. About 6 breaths here in your own time. Finding whatever it is that you're holding on to and using your exhale to relax it and let it go. Just ride the wave of relaxation. Now go ahead and use your hands to push yourself back up into a, what is this, 40-degree angle, 30-degree angle. You're just going to thread your right hand through your left arm and bring your right ear down to the mat for a nice easy twist. Breathe into your right shoulder. At the end of your exhale, really breathe all of your air out. Pull your belly button into your spine and bring your hand back out in front of you. Nice big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, thread the left arm through your right, bringing your left ear down to the mat if you can. You can either have your right arm straight out, or you can bring it to the small of your back, whatever's good for you. Taking a few deep inhales and exhales here. At the end of your exhale, let all the air out. Bring your belly button into your spine. Bring your left hand back out. Look up a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, come back into a child's pose. You can make your knees a little wider. Really open up those legs, those thighs, those hips. Let it all flow down to the mat. 5 breaths here. Second part, resuming. Using your hands to push yourself back up into a seated position. We're going to come on to our bottoms. Go ahead and open your right knee out, and then your leg at a 90-degree angle to that. Same thing with your left leg, so you're trying to make all 90-degree angles here. This is called deer pose. It's really good for relaxing the hips, relaxing the legs, and it's an awkward pose, but I encourage you to just find the peace within the pose. So you can either put your hands behind you and just let yourself relax back. You'll find an opening in here. It's really nice. Or if you find that deer pose is already very simple for you, you can start pulling yourself forward. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? Straight over your front foot, okay? It's like you're trying to bring your nose to your big toe. And some people can do it. I'm getting close, but I can't do it just yet. It's an interesting way to look at your foot, actually. It's not a normal way that we sit or hold ourselves, so the perception's very interesting. Use your inhale to find something that you're holding on to, and your exhale, let it go. One more breath here. Use your hands to push yourself back up. And then you're just going to windshield wiper your knees to the other side. Ooh. Get yourself back into a comfortable position. 90 degrees all across the board, right? Make sure you're all set up for success before you try and go down. We're not trying to get anywhere in yoga. We're just accepting exactly where we are and finding the peace in that moment, okay? So if your peace is here, fantastic. Just enjoy. Ride that exhale. If you're ready to push forward, start to crawl your hands forward, bringing your nose towards your toes. One more breath here, really make it count. Using your hands, push yourself back up. Lovely, lovely. Go ahead and bring your knees up. And we're going to go down onto our backs. So if you have a lot of ab tension already, you don't need to do this next part. But if you're just trying to strengthen your core, if you find that it is always just loosey-goosey or spasming out or giving you trouble, I really invite you to lower yourself onto your back with your hands facing up. This is really important because it's going to keep this nice and lifted. You're not going to be down like this, crunching it all together. What you want is to have steady support all along your front abs. We're not trying to use any particular set of abs for this one, okay? So if you're working on your core, go ahead and do this with me. We're going to count backwards from 10 while we let ourselves fall gently backwards. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, look at the ceiling, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it all go. Wonderful. Go ahead and straighten your left leg, bring your right knee into your chest. Move it around inside of that socket. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then just let it fall over to the left side. You can use your right elbow to push into the mat to find a little more space. You can open your right arm out to the side, glancing over your right arm, your right hands. Your right fingers, I mean. You only have one hand. Untwisting, bringing your knee back into center. Ooh. Making that right leg straight, bringing your left knee into center, really squeezing it into the chest, moving it around in the socket, opening it up, letting it relax. It's okay, you're going to bed now. You don't have to do anything else. No more walking, no more sitting, no more genuflecting. It's time for sleep. So go ahead and draw that left knee over to the right side. You can push into the mat with your left elbow to really find some extra space. Opening up that right arm, or left arm, looking over the left hand. And ride that exhale into relaxation. Coming back into center, bringing your knee back up into your chest. You can bring both knees into your chest and just roll side to side. You can even make a U in the ceiling with your knees. This helps to release your lower back, your lumbar, massages out the tailbone. Bring those knees in really close to the chest. Really open up that lower back. Breathe into that bucket right there. And if you want one more pose before we go into corpse position, just go into a supine butterfly here. So have your heels and the balls of your feet and your big toes connected, and open your knees out like a book. Take 3 breaths here. Then using your hands, you're going to close your legs like a book, like you're shutting a book. You don't want to use your inner groin. For that, straighten the legs out into corpse pose. And you can either stop it here and go ahead and go to bed and lay in corpse pose in bed, or spend the next few minutes with me here on the mat, just relaxing. Scan down from your head to your toes, finding any lingering tension and allowing it to just melt away. You don't need it anymore. You're safe and ready for bed. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle out the wrists and the ankles. And curl over into a fetal position onto one side. Give thanks for 3 things from today. that you are so grateful for. And push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. We're going to close together with one Om to activate our parasympathetic nervous system even more. Have a nice big inhale in. Flutter open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today in yoga. If you are a spiritual seeker who struggles with anxiety and you'd like to connect to your center and find a grounded space in your everyday life, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, click that thumbs up button, and go ahead and join my Facebook group listed in the description below. It's a place where spiritual seekers meet to discuss different ways of centering themselves and connecting to this beautiful world around us. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste and good night.